Alrighty, ladies and gents, boys and girls, how are we doing? How was the weekend? How did you know it was the weekend? I know how you knew it was the weekend. You weren't getting videos from me. That's how you knew it was the weekend. So here we are, back on week 4. I think we're on week 4. Alright, cool. So how you guys hanging in there? Trying to find little things to keep me busy. I think I've cleaned everything in the house 15 times. I'm sure you guys are in the same boat. I actually went through and matched my socks and cleaned up my sock drawer today. That was fun. Hope you guys are finding ways to keep busy. Here's a way that you can keep busy. Algebra. Multiplying radicals part D. So, let's quick refresher on multiplying radicals from last week. We talked about multiplying what's on the inside of the radical. So, square root of 15 times square root of 6. Inside numbers times inside numbers, outside numbers times outside numbers. 15 times 6. Square root of 90. 1, 1, 1, or nothing is nothing. So, moving on, now I go to my factor tree, I break it down. 90, good way to start. 9 and 10. So I get it all the way down to my prime numbers, my prime factors, 3, 3, 2, and 5. So 2, 3, 3, and 5. Pair of 3s gets out. 2 numbers left in. 3 root 10 is my final answer. Now there was the last question on the quiz last week was a problem that looked like this. I said, try it, see if you can figure it out. Let's talk about it. It should look familiar. It is simply a distribution problem. We're going to take the thing that's on the outside times everything on the inside. We've done this lots and times before. Now we're just repeating it with radicals. So I have a radical number times a whole number. Outside stuff times outside stuff. Inside stuff times inside stuff. Remember, there's always an invisible 1. That's my outside number. There's no radical here. So if I take a radical number times a whole number, it is simply 5 root 3. That's it. Because it's a 1 on the outside, 5, it's a whole number, it's outside. 5 times 1 is 5. Square root of 3 is the square root of 3. All right? Moving on. Outside times outside, inside times inside. 1 times 2 is 2. Root 3 times root 6 is root 18. Now, we try to simplify and break down. Square root of 3, no breaking down there. 18, I'm thinking that one's going to break down. First thing that comes to me with 18 is 2 and 9. You could use 6 and 3. We'll get the same places no matter what. 9 is 3 times 3. So I've got 2, 3, and 3 inside that radical. Pair of 3s getting out. 2 left in. But I already had the 2 that's out front. So, just like we did last week, if I've already got something out there, I'm taking the 3 out, the 6 is out, the 5, root 3 is unchanged. The 2 times the 3 is 6. The 2 was left in is 2. No like terms. Answer done. Finito. So, to finish this correctly, it takes a lot of the lessons and things that we've talked about already. Some double distribution, you're multiplying twice, then you're simplifying. Check to see if the radicals are the same to see if you can combine like terms. Here we go. Again, not double distribution. Shh, that's coming up. Distribution, boom, boom. Take the outside stuff times the outside stuff, inside times the inside. So, remember, if I don't see a number, there's a 1 right there. So negative 3 times 1, negative 3 for my outside number. 10 times 5 is root 50. Negative times negative is positive. Outside times outside. Inside times inside. So I've got negative 3 root 50 plus 6 root 140. Now, break it down. Go to that prime factors. 50. Hopefully by now, you're not thinking too much about it when you see the zeros. You're going 5 and 10. You could go 2 and 25. Doesn't matter. 10, 2, and 5. So I got a 5, and a 2. So 2, 2, 5, 5. Inside the radical, negative 3 outside the radical, pair of 5s getting out, negative 15 root 2 for the first part. Second part, continue the process. Factor tree, 14 and 10, 2 and 7, 2 and 5. Again, factor tree, factor tree, factor tree. You've got that list of factors. Hopefully by now you pulled it. I put it up on there about 2 weeks ago. Pull it down. Got my 6 on the outside. 2, 2, 7, 5 on the inside. Pair of 2s getting out. Gives me a 12. Don't forget your plus sign. 7 and 5 on the inside. We talked about this last week. More than one thing left on the inside. I multiply those together to get the answer. Let's do one more here. Again, both these numbers are in the radical. Multiply them together. I get square root 16. Both these numbers are in the radical, so they get multiplied together. Square root 40. Nothing in front of a radical, so I don't need to worry about that part. Everything was in the radical. Square root 16. We've touched on this every time we've talked about this. Hopefully by now you've gotten to the point where you recognize these perfect squares. Square root of 16 is 4. Done skis. That is it. Square root of 40. Break it down. 4, 10. 2, 2, 2, 5. I got 3 2s and a 5 in my radical. Partner 2s, get them out. 2 and a 5 left in, so that gives me 1 2 on the outside, 10 on the inside. Answer. Not double distribution. Again, I keep letting the cat out of the bag. We will be getting to double distribution shortly. However, distribute. The thing that's out front times both things on the inside. Remember your rules about how to multiply this number. Number in a radical, number outside the radical. They don't mix. Okay? Insides with insides, outsides with outsides. Simplify your radicals. Stay safe. Be careful, boys and girls. And I will talk to you later.